Hello, family. Okay, so I'm reading the Living Message of Isaiah to try to prepare for the Isaiah chapters coming up to really get what I can out of them. And I just wanted to share some things that I've learned from this book. Alexa, pause. Okay, so he says here, the purpose of the prophets and the Melchizedek priesthood is to prepare the people to stand in the presence of God. Some 7 centuries before Isaiah, Moses and the Melchizedek priesthood were taken from the people because they complained. They did not want to stand in the presence of God. By the time of Isaiah, King Manasseh and others were saying that God cannot be seen because no man could see God and live. A lesser priesthood and a lesser law were given to the house of Israel because they did not want the higher law and covenant. In a similar way, Isaiah's prophecies were given in such a manner as to provide a lesser portion to those who did not want the greater portion. What this is talking about is how he speaks and how Jesus taught in parables. And Jesus says, because they have ears to hear, they hear but they understand not. They see but they are blind. Basically, it's like, if you want to understand these things, like you can, but if, like, what does he say? Anyways, the manner of prophesying among the Jews was that of speaking in strong words, sharper than a two-edged sword, yet speaking in parables and metaphors, since the customs of the people were wicked, and the people rejected the messages and covenants. An example of one of Isaiah's hidden prophecies was a sign given to King Ahaz, blah blah blah. Anyways, so that was interesting. He speaks in such a way, he speaks in parables or in imagery so that those who are really seeking the answer will find it. And then, let's see. One thing I really liked in this chapter, he's giving 5 keys to understanding Isaiah, and the 5th one is be engaged in continuous and conscientious study. He says, another great reward of seeking to understand Isaiah is that the one seeking gains a habit of inquiring often of the Lord. So I really like that. They say that if you want to have the spirit of revelation, then you need to pray for the spirit of revelation. And so, like, if you're praying to understand Isaiah and you're reading it consistently and praying consistently, then you develop a habit of relying on the Lord and asking him. I really liked that. And then it says that Joseph Smith gave a useful rule for understanding the scriptures. He said, what is the rule of interpretation? Just no interpretation at all, understanding it precisely as it reads. So I thought that was kind of cool too. Like, you don't need to dive in too deep. You just need to read it for what it is. It like, changing or adding to what is written often introduces misinterpretation. This key is simple enough, but its application must be used with other keys. Basically, it's written that way for a reason. Like, you don't need to add anything or take anything away. Just, that's what it means, or that's what it's supposed to say. So I thought that was very interesting, and I wanted to share it before I moved on and forgot.